In today's video, I'm going to address some of the questions that came up this week in my coaching sessions with my students. Right now in the semester, we're in that sweet spot. We're in between exam 1 and exam 2. I call this the sweet spot of the semester because this is when you have the moment in the semester when you can learn from what happened in exam 1 and then tweak your study strategies in preparation for exam 2. It's early enough in the semester where you still have time to improve your grade and you have enough grades and you have enough time to improve your grade for the entire semester grade. So this is this golden opportunity in between exam 1 and exam 2. It's the sweet spot of the semester. So the student came up to me and said, I don't know how to study for exam 2. The professor hasn't given out a study guide. How do I know how to study for exam 2 without a study guide? Well, the answer to that question is in the syllabus. And this is what we did. We went back to the syllabus for that class and we looked at the lecture schedule. The lecture schedule is a list of the dates, which weekly lectures, their titles, maybe PowerPoints. Some professors will list their PowerPoints, as well as the readings. So now you have three data points, three sources of information. One, the title of the lecture, and that's a topic. That's a category of information. That's a useful category. All your little details are going to fall under that category. So the title of the lecture, number one. Number two, PowerPoints if the professor has posted them, and your lecture notes or your lecture notes. 2, 3, the third thing you have are the readings. So you have three sources of information to study. The topic itself, the PowerPoint / your notes, and 3, the readings. And you go from exam 1 to exam 2 and you just go through each week and study that topic and the information related to that topic. Now you're ready for exam 2. So another question that came up is, I don't know how to prepare for an essay exam. The student was having an essay exam on a certain day and there were no prompts. The professor just basically said, you'll get the prompt when you come to class. So essentially that meant the student did not know how to study for this essay exam. In the past, this particular student had received essay prompts the week before, and the professor said, well, these are the 5 essay prompts. Be ready to write on 2 of them. I'll ask you just any 2 of these 5. So then the student knew how to prepare those 5 prompts, and by default, he'll be ready for 2 of them. But in this particular case, the student did not get the prompts. The professor said, you'll get the essay prompts on the day of the exam. And so the student wasn't sure how to study. Again, the answer to this is in the syllabus. So we go back to the syllabus and we reread the course description. The course description is the rationale. This gives us clues to how the professor thinks, what's important to the professor. And then the next thing we read in the syllabus are the learning outcomes or the learning objectives. So by looking at those learning objectives, you will see what the professor wants you to know by the end of the semester. And you'll be able to see which lectures tie into those learning outcomes or those learning objectives. And then the third thing you want to visit, how do I prepare for an essay exam? If the professor hasn't given me any prompts, you go to the course, the lecture schedule, and look at the titles of every lecture, those are the topics, and the assigned readings, and be ready to use those assigned readings, information from the assigned readings, to support the topic that was covered that week. So, going back to the syllabus will prepare you for knowing how to study for your next exam, what's important, what are the things to focus on, and how to prepare for an essay exam and be ready for whatever prompt the professor sends your way. So the answer to today's questions was, go back to the syllabus and read it carefully.